National Report Court is back in session for today's case. Popular dating apps like Tinder and Hinge are being sued, accused of using addictive game-like features to encourage compulsive use. 6 dating app users filing the proposed class action lawsuit on Valentine's Day, claiming that Match Group, again, that's the group that owns the dating apps, has predatory business models and violates consumer protection laws.
And we're taking up the case today for National Report Court with Dwane Cates. He's a criminal defense attorney. David DiPietro is a trial attorney and former prosecutor. So for the purposes of today's segment alone, Dwane, if you could represent the customer suing, David, if you don't mind defending the dating apps, let's dive in. The lawsuit states this, quote, "The undisclosed defective design is intended to erode users' ability to disengage from the platforms and to turn users into addicts who will purchase ever more expensive subscriptions to unlock unlimited and other special features which are not designed to deliver on Match's marketing promises, but instead to further addict and forever entrench users in the app." Dwane, walk us through this case here and your thoughts on how far this could possibly go. Is there a strong one here?
I think they have a good case. I mean, number one, you can't tell me that their number one goal isn't to make money for their shareholders. They have a fiduciary duty to do that. And it's somewhat like the cigarette industry, where they need to get as many people addicted to their app as they possibly can. So they build features into the app that trigger dopamine. It's just like B.F. Skinner's experiment with the pigeons, you know, that you keep scrolling, there's infinite number of scrolls. Now, the catches are, it's free unless you want to scroll a lot. If you want to scroll a lot, you got to pay. You got to sign up for a premium service. If you want to send a flower to the opposite sex, that costs money. So their whole goal is to get you to spend money on the app, and they do that by triggering dopamine. And they're playing to the most basic instinct of human beings, which is companionship and love. And they're exploiting that for money. And I think that they've got to do something to at least warn people that that's what's going on.
Dwane, where's the romance in all of it? David, of course, a Match Group spokesperson denied these allegations, saying, "Our business model is not based on advertising or engagement metrics. We actively strive to get people on dates every day and off our apps. Anyone who states anything else doesn't understand the purpose and mission of our entire industry." So, David, can you walk us through Match Group's defense here?
Absolutely. This case, I think, is dead on arrival. If you look at Section 230, which we talk about a lot in the last couple of years about the immunity that internet companies get under federal law, they're not going to get past this immunity. That's why they have drafted novel theories of law saying that they're suing for products liability and consumer-related laws and violations. It's not going to fly. They're not going to get past the immunity. One. Two, there's an arbitration clause that's in all these agreements with all these internet companies. So they're gonna get removed out of court and go to an arbitration. And 3, there's no damages. What are the damages at the end of the day? I understand, and when there was an opioid addiction, that people were harmed physically and mentally or died. With cigarettes, the same thing. But this is a little different. What are your damages at the end of the day? You got too many dates. You got too many relationships. So at the end of the day, this case doesn't stand on the 4 legs of it, and it's going to fall.
Sure. Too many dates is going to be too much money spent. That's damages right there. But in all seriousness, we'll go back into the lawsuit because you may have caught it. The Hinge advertisement citing in the lawsuit, it says designed to be deleted. But the lawsuit, however, states, quote, "Hinge was not designed to be deleted, but rather designed to be addictive and optimize extraction of subscription costs from compulsive users by keeping them on the app." Again, back to Dwane. Can you make that case there? How does deceptive marketing play in this case?
It would be a horrible business model to be designed to be deleted. And I would like to see, I looked and I couldn't find the statistics of how many people ended up in long-term relationships versus how many people were spent endlessly scrolling. And the damages are, I mean, we're lawyers. I mean, all we sell is time. Time is very valuable. You have a finite amount of time, and they get you in. I mean, I get addicted to reels. I get in there and I watch them and watch them and watch them. And this is no different. I mean, they suck you in. They send you push notifications if you haven't been on in a while. It's like, hey, come on back. It's like hey, going to an alcoholic and saying, hey, come here, let me buy you a beer. Come on, here's a beer. They're doing the same thing. They're enticing them back into the addiction because that's how they make money, is in the addiction.
David, do you think in part of the discovery we'd be able to see the results? How many downloads and then how many of those have been deleted?
No, for sure. And the statistics are that 10% of all relationships and marriages are developed through online dating apps. So your jury pool is going to have people that actually met their spouse potentially through an online dating app. And at the end of the day, what business doesn't sell enticement? What car business doesn't sell a sexy car that somebody wants to drive, or a sexy outfit that somebody wants to wear from Neiman Marcus or from Saks? So at the end of the day, that's what sells. People are enticed by these things. If you can sue a company every time they entice you because they want to make you feel happy or desire something, then everybody can be sued for everything. So this goes way outside the boundaries of what a lawsuit really should be the foundation of.
All right. Great arguments, attorneys. By the way, appreciate it. David and Dwane, stand by. Wanted to welcome in now Gerard Folletti, Senior Counsel with the Lawfare Project. Been listening in. Going to play judge and jury. Gerard, where do you land in this case?
Well, are we addicted to apps, or are we addicted to love or the idea of love? The issue is every app is designed to be profitable, and that entices users to use it. The real question, and one that about damages, goes to damages, is that people are paying money for added features, to buy add-ons in these apps. That's where the damages comes from. But that's no different than someone who doesn't use an app paying money to go to a gym and bulk up to look more appealing to a potential date. So really what we have are disgruntled users. And when you get into it, disgruntled users are governed by arbitration agreements. This is going to get kicked out of court, but it will go forward in arbitration.
Okay, very interesting. You can't put a price on love, right?
Apparently not.
Got to put in the work for it. Appreciate everyone joining us today, David and Dwane and Gerard. With that, National Report Court is adjourned. Still to come, St.